Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Dustin, and this is Just Cook. Today we're going to be smoking a pork butt on a traditional style kettle grill. Today we're going to be using what is called the snake method to smoke this pork butt. You take your charcoal briquettes and line them up 2 by 2 along the outside ring of the charcoal grill. You take a third briquette and set that on top of those, and then you make a small pile of briquettes at the end of the snake to increase the cooking temperature at the end of the smoking process. Your wood chips are going to go on top of these briquettes around the outside until it gets to that small pile. We're going to place the grate on the grill and get this fire started. In the center I have a small round cake pan lined with aluminum with water in it that will catch the drippings as it cooks. Using a torch to start this up to get these first few briquettes at the head of the snake started, and then we're going to put the lid on so we can get the smoker up to temp. I'm going to take the lid of the smoker and turn it so that the vent is open and the furthest away from the first coals that have started. Inside we're going to get a small baking pan lined with aluminum foil. I sprinkle a little bit of water on the pan just to help the aluminum foil kind of stick while I lay it down and flatten it out onto the baking pan. Then we have our bone-in pork butt. I'm going to cover this with my favorite rub, the gospel rub I get out of Texas. We're going to be very generous as we cover this pork butt with this rub. I want to make a note here that this pork butt is not a whole pork butt. I've only kept the half that has the bone in it. I've cut off the boneless side and I've used that for other recipes, but I love using the bone-in side of the pork butt on the smoker, and it's small enough where you're not going to be having a ton of pork butt. This will feed 6-8 people easily. But a full pork butt, you're looking at feeding about 20 people. So this is a great way to trim down your pork butt and use the boneless piece for other applications. Now that the pork butt is ready, we're going to go back outside to the smoker. I've closed the vent on this to keep it from getting too hot before I put the pork butt on. I'm going to take the pork butt and place it directly over the drip pan. The drip pan's got a couple cups of water in it to keep the humidity high, and it also keeps the drippings in the pan from burning. I'm going to take and put the lid back on and adjust the vent so that it's open all the way to increase the temperatures. My vents on the bottom of the grill are also opened all the way. After 2 hours of smoking, you can see that this pork butt has a beautiful mahogany color. After the first 2 hours of smoking, we're going to go ahead and close this up, adjust the vent to halfway, and let it smoke for an additional 2 hours. After 4 hours of smoking, it's time to take it off the grill and wrap it in aluminum. But first we're going to place about a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar in the aluminum that's lined my small baking pan. We're going to place the pork butt in the first layer of aluminum and get it wrapped up as tight as we possibly can. This is going to lock in all that moisture. This thing has already fallen apart and tastes so good. But we're going to take this first layer of aluminum with the apple cider vinegar that's at the bottom, get it wrapped up nice and tight, and keep that moisture on the inside, make sure the bottoms are folded up, and then we're going to turn it a 1/4 turn and wrap it with a second layer of aluminum, holding in all that moisture and all that heat that's been generated. We're at the part in the cooking process with this charcoal snake where that small pile at the end is going to start catching on fire and heating up, and this is going to increase the temperature inside of here to about 350 degrees, and we're going to let this cook for an additional 2 to 3 hours. Today I was only able to let mine go for an additional 2 hours because I had company coming over to help me eat this thing. We're going to go ahead and pull this aluminum back and take a look at it. And man, does it smell so good with the smoke and that little bit of apple cider vinegar steam coming up from the bottom. You can see it's pulling apart. I'm going to take a little sample here and dip it in the pan drippings at the bottom. The combination of that gospel rub, the fat, and the apple cider vinegar, oh my gosh, does this taste so good. So we're going to take it inside and get it ready to serve. You can see the bone here of the pork butt, just pulling right out pretty easy. Like I said, I would have liked if I could have smoked this for an additional hour, but I had friends coming over and I wanted to get this filming done before they showed up. But nice clean bone, and we're going to take this, put it in the dish, and pull it apart. And these pan drippings, I promise you, are not going to waste. We're going to take these and pour them all over the top. That apple cider vinegar, the fat, and all the seasoning that's down in there. That's just going to really kick this up. I've got a fresh loaf of baked bread that I made that we're going to serve this on with a little bit of barbecue sauce. In an upcoming video, I will share with you my recipe for fresh baked bread at home. So there you go, smoked pork butt using a snake method and a traditional style kettle grill. You don't need to go out and spend hundreds of dollars on a new smoker. Just take your old grill, charcoal grill in the backyard, set up the snake method, and smoke your meat. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'd appreciate it. That helps me out a lot, and I'll be making another video next week. Thanks, and take care.